Hello and welcome everyone to my comprehensive guide for BIOS settings. In today's video, we'll be covering the new section that I've been working on the last few days, which is a BIOS optimization guide. It's completely free on my PC optimization app, which is Optifast, and the link will be in the description. The purpose of this section is basically to provide a handheld experience through the BIOS and how to set it up. Obviously, for tech-savvy users, they will instantly recognize that there isn't a lot of uh, advanced settings, but which is also the purpose of this section. It's to provide something understandable and pretty easy to do with a step-by-step guide for every setting. And also, the major point and the major advantage with this guide is that it tries to cover most of the motherboards. So no matter motherboard you have, you can find yourself within this guide and at least have a reference. That's the main problem that I faced in my very beginnings when it came to BIOS optimizations and just trying to tweak my BIOS on my own. I never really found something precise and direct. And also this video is supposed to or will serve as the video guide over here, which is not available yet, but it's the same video. It will serve as the video guide for this section. So I will be putting myself in the place of or in the spot of the non-tech savvy user that is encapturing this section for the very first time, and they are trying to get the most out of their computer, which is completely fair. So here we just click I understand the risks, even though the risks are of course written down here, and even though the settings that will be shown are really not harmful for your PC, but it is always good to warn and to sensitize about the danger that is in the BIOS. But it is completely safe again. So here we just have an automatic detection system for your material. On my main PC, it's not working yet, but the section is not out yet. But on my laptop, it works, as you can see on the screen. And here, so let's say for the very first time I land here, I don't know what I'm doing. I notice this directly, and it says access this guide on your phone. So yes, it is, and it will be available through your phone so that you can follow along once you get in the BIOS, because once you're in the BIOS, you don't really have access to the app, and it doesn't really make sense anymore. So here, as shown on my phone, I have access to the guide, and the guide is already available on the website. So here again, I understand the risks through my phone. I reselect my configuration, which in my case it's Intel, and for the motherboard brand, it will be MSI. Here we have different ways to enter the BIOS. I'll just quickly head to the BIOS myself by restarting, and in the meantime, I can try to show you on the screen an accelerated preview of how would the section look like when you're just browsing and on the ad and you're just discovering before heading to the BIOS. Okay, here we're on my BIOS. I resetted the BIOS on purpose for this video. So if I'm landing for the first time, you will also have a view, not a direct, not a live preview of my phone, but how it would look like again if you're browsing for the very first time. Here, we encounter for the very first time the XMP settings. So if I follow along, I can see that for my MSI motherboard, I'm supposed to click here again for the profile 1 to enable XMP. And here in my case, it is enabled. For the rest of the settings, I will check the recommended settings. And the very first one is disable Intel C state. So if we follow the guide, it will be, we make sure that we leave easy mode. So you can either leave it by pressing F7 on your keyboard, or you can find it here, advanced. So here we are in advanced mode. We're not in easy mode anymore. We need to go to OC the OC section. And then we press next. We need to make sure that we are in expert mode. We are in expert mode for OC Explore mode. Then we go to advanced CPU configuration as shown in the image. And then we locate Intel C state option, which is here. And from auto, we just need to disable it. So that was the very first example for how it would go, for example, in the recommended settings. And here for the rest of the options, we have set E-cores to 0. Okay, how do we do that? Let's view the guide. We need to go to OC again. We are in OC again. Then we make sure that the OC Explore mode is on expert. Then we head to advanced CPU configuration again. We go next. And then we find the E-cores. The E-cores are right here, and we are supposed to select it to value 0. Okay, pretty good. And then we finish with that setting. We head to the next one, which is CPU tuning to water cooler. Okay, how do we do that? We go to View Guide. Again, okay, we need to be in OC section. We are in the OC section. Again, we make sure that we are in expert. Locate the CPU cooler. It's here. This is the option that we're looking for. And then we make sure that it is set on water cooler. And that's all done. Okay, now we need to disable the other setting. So we have to View Guide. Again, we make sure that we are in OC mode. Open the OC section. We need to scroll down to find CPU features, which we find. And then, so we basically find it at the very bottom here. And then we need to find Intel BTD tech, and we disable that, as shown in the guide again. And for disable Intel virtualization tech, we go to View again, View Guide. Okay, we need to navigate to Settings, to the Settings menu. And okay, that's just to go back. Okay, I'm sorry. So we had to navigate to OC, and then scroll down to find the CPU features again, and we disable it over here. And that was it for the specific configuration. But again, this is an example. This is just for the video guide. For your exact configuration, you will have a different motherboard, you will have a different CPU, etc. But this is just how you could follow the guide. This is supposed to be an example to follow. And in my case, that was it. That's all I had to modify. And then after I finish everything, I make sure to exit. And when I exit, it will ask me if I would like to save my configuration or not. Well, of course, we would like to save all the changes that we made. So we just press yes. And then the PC will shut down quickly and it will turn on again. Again, this new section in the app is completely free. It is also directly available to preview and view in general on the website. The link is in the description. And if there is anything that you would like me to add, or anything you feel like that would be useful within that section, please give me some feedback in the comments, and I will do my best to provide the experience that I've always looked for when I try to get the most out of my computer for the very first time. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.